Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I'm back. This is part two. The first half, I reviewed Jasmine and Aries and Nicole and Chris. Now I am reviewing Gina and Clint and Kirsten and Shaquille. Let's start off with Kirsten and Shaquille. This is Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 12, Get Into the Crust. Okay, Gina and Clint. So we see Clint FaceTiming with his friend David. Clint told David that he took Gina sailing and she caught on quickly. He tells David that they are getting along well, but basically he's trying to get to know her better. David said, "Oh, that'll come in time. The more time you spend with her, the more you'll get to know her." Um, then they meet up with DP, Dr. Pepper. Clint told Dr. Pepper that they get along well. Him, Gina, and the dog get along well. Clint says that she comes into his room, sit on the floor, and they have long conversations. And Gina says the reason she comes into his room is because the dog is in his room. She's so rude. Gina tells DP that they are focused on having fun. And DP told her that just having fun is not a marriage. Having fun is not a marriage. What are you talking about? DP told them that she wants to talk about them being open and vulnerable with each other. And she said that will lead to chemistry. The thing is, though, DP, Gina doesn't want Clint. She doesn't want him. Gina, I think, is counting down the time for decision day. She is counting down that time because I bet you on decision day she's going to wear a t-shirt, a hat that says no. And she's even going to have the dog wearing a t-shirt that says no. Gina is counting down the time till decision day. She don't want Clint. I think Gina checked out before the athletic slender comment. She checked out when she told him that she doesn't like ginger and redhead, and that's what he is, and he's not her type. That's when she checked out. But when that comment, that slender athletic comment came out of his mouth, she was happy because now she can say that's the reason she don't want to be with him. She's going to use that as a reason for not wanting to be with him. That was the icing on the cake for her to get the audience on her side. Anyway, I think Aries and Gina are actually in the exact same boat. Both of them are not interested in their spouse. They're not physically attracted to their spouse. Okay, DP asked her how does past experience affect her being open. Gina said it's easier for her to be open with a female instead of a male. She said she needs to feel like she's in a safe place, a safe space, in order to open up to a man. And DP asked her, what does it take for her to have a safe space? Gina said the last time she got deep with Clint, it was negative. She didn't answer the question. The question was, what does it take for you to feel like you're in a safe place? Answer the question. She didn't answer the question. Clint said he's open. He does not hold back. He said, ask him a question and he'll tell you straight to the point. He'll tell you. Clint said he was in a 3-year relationship with someone who was fake. And I kind of like Clint, but if you're in a 3-year relationship with someone who was fake, that's your fault. Why would you stay in a 3-year relationship with someone who's fake? Why would you do that? Clint, don't come over here with them sob stories. It's not, come on now. Don't do that. But I wonder if he was calling Gina fake. Because why would he bring that up? Clint said he wants to get to know Gina better and build trust. In the meantime, Gina is sitting over there making faces. So then DP saw her making the crazy faces, and DP asked her, how are you feeling about what he just said? And Gina says, Clint says he wants to get to know me better, but he's not asking me any questions to try to get to know me better. And she says she's not about to give up information to him for him to get to know her better. She's so rude. So DP asked her to tell Clint what would make her feel comfortable about talking about important things to him. And she basically told him that she would need more time to get to know him better before she can have deeper conversations with him. Gina is something else. I can't stand her. And DP said to her, if he were to ask you about your relationship with your mother when you were younger, how would that go? And she said, well, that's good because that's something specific. You got to ask me specific questions. And then Clint's like, well, you got to ask me questions too if you want to get to know me. It's a two-way street. I want to get to know you. You want to get to know me. You got to ask me questions too. She stood there rolling her eyes again. And the camera person, I'm not going to say cameraman, camera person because it could be a woman. The camera person is messy because every time Clint says something, they focus in on Gina's face to see her reaction. And her reaction is always her rolling her eyes and making faces. Gina does not want to get to know Clint. She said he's a ginger redhead and she's not attracted to ginger redhead. She don't want to get to know Clint. So DP gets frustrated with them and says, I'm not asking you guys to do heart surgery here. I mean, she got tired of them. She got tired of them. She either needs to take a nap or have a drink or both. Because she told them, she said, communicate with each other in your own communication style and that should lead to love. She didn't say that should lead you guys to fall in love. She said, communicate with your own communication style and you should fall in love. She's not saying for them to fall in love with each other. But she was tired of them and I was tired of them too. Next, we see them in the apartment asking the questions from the questions that the experts send over. And one of the questions was, do you avoid asking for help? And Gina says yes. She said it feels like a burden for her to ask people for help. And I can relate to that. I don't like to ask people for help. And if somebody asks me for help and then I find out that they could have done it on their own, that pisses me off. Because that means that you're just lazy, selfish, needy, inconsiderate, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I can't stand it when people ask me to do stuff for them that they could have done on their own. Or ask me to help them to do things when it's something they could have done by themselves. I can't stand that. It pisses me off. Anyway, Clint said he is the same way, but he knows how to ask for help. And when Clint was talking, Gina was playing with the dog. She wasn't even listening to him. And then when he's talking, sometimes she do like this. I'm like, she is so fucking rude. Next question. The one thing that I need to let go of from my childhood is, Gina said she had to let go of the fear and rejection of feeling abandoned because when her parents got a divorce, she felt abandoned by her father. My parents got a divorce when I was 11. I didn't feel abandoned by my father. I hardly saw him, but ooh, my face looks so pasty white. Let me just try and get it darker. Let me see if I can darken this up. Well, try to make a mistake and black myself out. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, I like that better. Okay. Yeah, when my parents got a divorce, my father left and went to another state and married somebody else. But I didn't feel abandoned. I just felt disappointed that I didn't get to see him as often as, he could have, seen us. But I didn't feel abandoned. But anyway, Clint talked about his father not being there because he had to work and had to provide for the family. Next question. What's your biggest insecurity and why? Why is that an insecurity? I think Gina said her insecurity was not being successful and not doing a good job. And Clint said his insecurities was not having the family that he wanted because he's 44 years old and he hasn't had his family yet, wife and kids that he wanted to have. Next question. The thing I wanted to wait to tell you until we have been together longer. And Clint said that he legally changed Hank the dog's name to his last name. So Clint had to throw something ridiculous in there because the questions were, I guess, ridiculous to him. I don't know. Next up, it's Kirsten and Shaquille. Okay, so they go to DP, Dr. Pepper, and they look good. Shaquille had on a dark green suit with a like a lime or a light green shirt, and the suit fit him so well. It looked good on him. I like that. And Kirsten had on a pink wraparound dress that fitted her to a T. I like that. They were looking good. So DP basically asked them what they need help with. Kirsten said they need help with communicating, especially when they disagree. And I think DP basically told them to try to understand each other's point of view. But DP, she's not stupid. She know that communication is not their biggest problem. She told Kirsten that she wants her to be more open. So she asked Kirsten if there's something in her childhood that prevents her from being vulnerable. And Kirsten said she was ashamed when her parents split up and she didn't understand why it happened and she closed up. Now I don't like it. It's too dark now. I don't think it should be lighter. Let me see. How do I get it back to light? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Uh-oh. I don't like it. There we go. Oh, okay. I think I like lighter better. Huh? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. She said she didn't know why they got a divorce and why it happened. So she closed up and she was living in 2 different households and she would sweep her feelings under the rug. Dr. Pepper asked her if it's affecting her marriage. And she said probably, possibly, maybe, who knows. So Dr. Pepper told her that marriage involves laying down your walls and trusting your spouse. Dr. Pepper asked Shaquille if there is anything in his background that he feels ashamed about. And Shaquille said his mother worked a lot and she provided for them, but she wasn't present. She wasn't there for them. And then he said he found his father when he was in, he found his father when he was 17 and in college. And he wanted to know, where have you been for 17 years? But he said, he eventually forgave his father. And he said he set expectations for his parents that he didn't realize that. And he didn't realize that he did that. And it's a good thing to say because we all do that. I think everybody does that. When people don't act the way you expect them to act, we just cut them off at the knees, you know? So I think that was a good thing that he said. So DP asked them about intimacy and chemistry. Shaquille claims they're doing better on that. He told DP that he has been doing forehead kisses. DP told them that they need to graduate to spousal kisses. DP told Shaquille that if Kirsten asks for kisses, then give her kisses. But Kirsten is too much for me. She want kisses, she don't want kisses. She want kisses, she don't want kisses. I mean, come on, Kirsten. That hot and cold thing is annoying to me. How come it's okay for him to be rejected, but it's not okay for Kirsten to be rejected? I don't get that. Like you said last episode, it's all about Kirsten. It's all about Kirsten and what she wants and when this is going to happen and when that's going to happen. I don't like these one-sided relationships. I don't like it. Shaquille and Kirsten, next, they're in their apartment and they're getting ready to eat. And Kirsten asked Shaquille to help him with her real estate logo. And then she asked him to do a website, to create a website for her. But if she's a realtor, shouldn't she already have business cards or logo on it and have a website created already if she's this real estate person? How come she don't have that in place already? I mean, she's not really a realtor yet. Maybe she's getting her license to be a realtor. It doesn't sound like she's a realtor yet. If she don't have these things set up for her, a website, a logo, business cards. Come on, Kirsten. What the hell? You know? So then he sits down and he draws a logo for her and she likes it. And then he tells her that he won't charge her for it, and she says, I'll pay you in other ways. Now she's flirting with him. She tells the camera that a handsome, sexy man who handles his business turned her on. A person that does things for you turns you on. That's what you're showing right here, right now. Because he's doing your logo for you. He's going to set up a website for you. And that's turning you on because someone is helping you out. Girl. So they received the questions from the experts. And Shaquille asked Kirsten what will make her feel safe and secure in their marriage and why. Kirsten said Shaquille taking the lead will make her feel secure and safe. Shaquille told her, well then don't get pissed at me when I do take the lead. And I don't think she wants him to take the lead. I don't believe that she wants him to take the lead because she wants what she wants when she wants it. It's always about her. She doesn't give a shit about how he feels. That's what I've seen so far in their relationship. Next, we see Kirsten. The next scene, she's coming home through the door. She walks through the door, and Shaquille has paint set up. And he says it's body paint. But to me, it looked like the paint I used when I was a child, and I did paint by numbers. You know? So, anyway, she changed into something a little bit more revealing. Then she gets on top of the table, and he commenced to painting her. He paints her shoulder, her arms, her belly, and her chest. Then he gets on the table and squirts Cool Whip in her mouth. And then he have her eat strawberries out of her mouth, out of his mouth. And it looked awkward to me, awkward and disgusting to me. I was disgusted. So they're eating strawberries out of each other's mouth and kissing, and they're grossing me out. And I just wanted them to go back to no kissing. Go back to no kissing. Come on. Then she's standing between his legs doing belly rolls while he's drinking coffee. He was drinking out of a mug. He was either drinking out of a mug, you drink coffee, or you drink tea. He was drinking out of a mug while she's belly rolling in between his legs. Go figure. I don't know. They're so awkward. Anyway. Then she's sitting on his lap and she's kissing him. Then she says to the camera that consummating the marriage will help the intimacy to grow. And she said if it's going to happen tonight, only Shaquille and her will know. And then that was it. They went to the room and shut the door, and thank God. That was my favorite part, when they left out. Because I didn't want to see anymore. I thought their kissing looked awkward and disgusting. Who eats food out of somebody else's mouth? That's disgusting. I don't like that. Anyway, this is the end of my review. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.